Rose, with her ruffled skin, lets the tiny dandelion flow back and forth between her wrinkled fingers as she sits on this quiet green hilltop, tears forming in her eyes, right above her thin blue-rimmed glasses. Her milk-white hair begins to lift in the back as the wind picks up and cools her dry skin. She takes a deep breath and then turns to her right. Next to her, smiling, is Bernard, same age, bald, wearing a multicolored button-down shirt tucked into his denim jeans. Bernard extends his hand out and says, "You can let me go now." Rose stares at him for a moment, finally takes his hand and tells him, "Goodbye, my love." Rose begins to nod, trying hard to hold in her tears. She takes a deep breath and lets the flower go. She stares up into the blue sky and then closes her eyes, letting the wind brush through her. When she opens her eyes again, she takes off her glasses and turns to her right. Sitting there is Hunt. Early 30s, short brown hair, wearing a tight matching athletic black long-sleeved shirt and tight black slacks. Rose looks at him warmly and says, "Thank you." Hunt smiles. "You're welcome." Sitting at his desk with his feet up, a big grin, is Richie. While his landline phone is held against his ear, Richie is slick. He could have been an extra in The Wolf of Wall Street. He speaks with confidence. In and out of laughing, he talks with a locker room mentality towards the other person on this call about the night before and the women who were with them at the bar. We can tell it went well. Soft knock at the entryway door. It's Hunt. Now dressed more suave, leather jacket over his white t-shirt and jeans, he seems intent on trying to be mysterious and cool. His hair is now more relaxed and flowing. Richie snaps and points down to a manila folder on his desk labeled Hunt, which Hunt sees and then picks up to browse. Hunt immediately makes a disappointed face and then shakes his head at Richie, who sees his disappointment and starts to actually acknowledge him. He tries to quiet down the other end of the current phone call. Hold on, 1 second. Richie puts the phone down so he can talk to Hunt. "I'm sorry, buddy." Hunt holds up the folder, dejected, and tells Richie, "Said I wasn't doing these again, Richie. It's dogs or nothing, buddy." Richie goes back to speaking to his friend on the phone and immediately starts laughing. His time caring for Hunt's feelings was brief and swift. Hunt is staring into the folder, specifically a picture of a dog labeled Chubbs. Martha, wearing the same thin blue-rimmed glasses that Rose had worn earlier in the week, is sitting on her couch, cradling her dog, Chubbs, a golden retriever, in her hands, very emotional, as she slowly strokes the top of his head. "Oh, Chubbs, I will always love you. You are such a good boy. Such a good boy." Martha kisses Chubbs' forehead repeatedly until she stops to wipe the tears away from her eyes. She takes a long, deep breath and then looks away for a moment. "Goodbye, Chubbs." Martha takes off her glasses and turns back. Sitting there is Hunt, wearing the same clothes he had worn previously with Rose on that hilltop. Martha smiles and says, "Thank you." Hunt forces a smile and reciprocates with, "You're welcome." Sitting at the corner of the bar is Marcus. Marcus is the same age as Hunt. He seems worked up about something while holding his nearly empty cheap bottle of beer. He's a New York local, and you can hear it when he talks. "Another dog." Sitting next to Marcus is Hunt, with a similar defeated posture as he holds his half-filled beer. "I told my agent no more dogs, and what happens? More dogs. Exactly. I told my agent the same thing. You know what I played a week later? Dog. Sometimes they want to play fetch. I can't. With my back, no way. You ever been a cat? Once. How was it? Better than being a dog. Really? Oh, yeah. Cats don't do anything. They can't fetch. You just gotta sit there and lick your hands. Sometimes you gotta, nuzzle. Nuzzle? Cats nuzzle. That's the job. I'd kill to be a cat. I think I'm on my way out. I can't do this anymore. You've said that before. Yeah, but this time you mean it. Yup, you said that before, too. What the hell else are we gonna do? Sit behind the desk all day? I don't have any skills. This is my skill. Nuzzling as a cat. I bet you were a great cat. I was. Marcus sips his Hunt reflects. I really did love it at first. You could be anyone. It was such an escape, but now Hunt stares off. He can't even drink his drink. Marcus breaks the depressing silence. I loved my wife at first, too. And I caught her with the golf pro. Did it have to be golf? Why did it have to be golf? Why couldn't it have been soccer? I could have respected soccer. Marcus takes a sip of his beer and makes a disgusted face before saying to nobody in particular, "This beer is awful." Marcus finishes his beer. Hunt walks into the cramped studio apartment. Everything is within 10 feet of each other. He sits down on his bed, which also serves as a couch, and a desk. He softly tosses his phone to the edge of the bed as he lays down, while a collage of obnoxious background sounds start to invade his personal space. All of them now competing to make him the most upset at his surroundings. He buries his face into the pillow. Richie's dressed slightly different today. It's the same clothing brands, but with different colors. His demeanor and position are the same, legs kicked up onto the table as he presses his landline against his ear, in and out of laughing. It went well. Soft knock at the doorway. Hunt knows just to grab the folder on his desk labeled Hunt, only this time, let me call you back. 5 minutes. Yeah, 5. Richie hangs up as Hunt looks into the folder. Sit. You need to sit for this, buddy. Why? Look at your face, that frown. Sit, buddy, sit. Hunt sits down looking inside the contents of the folder. See anything good? Hunt flips over to the last page and his eyes light up with shock and excitement. Richie seizes on this feeling. Who loves you? Who loves you? Come on, give it to me, Hunt. Give me that love, baby. Hunt is so confused he can't even reach excitement yet. He asks Richie, "There's a 0 at the end of the number?" "That's right, buddy. She wanted someone good. I said, I got just the guy for you. His name's Hunt. He's my best client. The best." Hunt can't even process this. All he can say is, "Holy shit." Richie leans forward to ask him, "You don't have any food allergies, right?" Hunt pauses, which means he clearly does. But considering the extra 0, he responds with, "Nope. No allergies." Good. Her kid didn't have allergies, and she cooks a lot. So you can expect to get nice and plump while you're there. Oh, can you throw a baseball? Yeah. Again, it's pretty obvious that was a lie. But they're making money, so they're going to roll with it. Perfect. You'll be a smash. What's the catch? No catch. People dream of these kind of gigs. And people like me. That's right, buddy. Dreams do come true. This is a dream gig. Only thing, it's a full week job. Full week, but she's loaded, as you can see. You'll be living in luxury. I'm jealous, to be honest. Wait till you get a load of her house. Hunt leans in, intrigued, focusing in on the writing within the contents of the folder. Dead son. Overdosed. Or suicide. It's a little murky. They found his body. Well, it's all in there. Listen. You know how it is with rich women, right? They hyperfixate. They need to control. So, you'll go. Be your brilliant self. And then you can cash that check, baby. No more studio apartment for you, buddy. Ha ha. Onward and upward. Hunt is staring at the photo of Graham. Similar age, similar hairstyle as Hunt. Skinny, emerging beard, looking directly into the camera lens. Through Graham's eyes, you can feel his angst. He had those piercing blues that can cut right through you. Hunt reads aloud his full name. Graham Coburn. Rhodes Scholar commits suicide. Hunt begins to zero in on certain bullet points. Drowned in pond near his house. Survived by his mother. Loved spending time with family. Hunt is studying this article with a fine comb. He scrolls down towards Graham's Instagram handle. He sees a post entitled, Dilation. On the screen now is Graham, talking directly into the camera. He begins to speak from what seems like his bedroom. I've been thinking a lot about dilation lately. Time dilation. Hunt restarts the video from the beginning and begins to mimic him. Time. Graham starts to speak again. I've been thinking a lot about dilation lately. Time dilation. Time. Hunt restarts from the beginning. His mimicry is already improved. He sounds more like Graham. Time. Graham starts to speak again. I've been thinking a lot about dilation lately. Time dilation. Time. Hunt restarts from the beginning and notices that one of Graham's quirks is that while he talks, sometimes he will lightly brush his knuckles together. Typically this happens when he's taken a pause in his speech. Hunt continues, is now not only mimicking his voice, but also his subtle movements. Hunt restarts the video clip and watches it over and over and over again, deep into the night. He will not stop until he feels he can cover himself with Graham's skin. Hunt is now dressed in his standard black athletic wear, sitting in the back seat, reading through Graham's biography from the manila folder. But now he's moved on from Graham and is reading the biography of Patricia, mother, with an accompanying photo of her. A driver with a Steve Buscemi-type attitude and speech talks to him from the driver's seat. From the area? Hunt looks up, takes out his AirPods, and responds. Sort of. What? Driver, gregarious, chewing gum, oblivious to how intrusive he is, drives Hunt through the quiet road while ruining the quiet, serene, scenic views with his self-indulgent statements and questions, such as, From the area? No, I'm from the city. Oh, nice. My cousin lives in the city. Chuck Gnome, you know him? Hunt just shakes his head, confused. So, what brings you out this way? Hunt responds, now realizing he has to have a full conversation with this man. Work? Oh, nice. Beautiful area, very quaint. Yes. Hunt looks out his window, seeing the endless green. Me? I couldn't live in the city. Why not? City folks are cuckoo. Hunt nods dismissively. How so? Just turn on the news. Somebody's always getting stabbed or pushed into the subway tracks. Or some little kid gets shot in some gang turf war. It's crazy down there. But hey, that's just me. To each their own. You got a family? Hunt is disgusted that this conversation is continuing and becoming more personal. No. You're young. You'll meet a nice girl or a guy. I mean, no judgments. Start popping out kids. Yeah, yep. I'd love to get a place around here, though. And me and the wife are more in-town folks. It's nice. Not this nice, but you know, nice. Hunt lightly nods. For the first time in a while, life seems to be going good. He actually responds to the driver warmly and tells him, it is nice. As they begin to pull into the infinite driveway, the driver says, wow, what a beaut. Hunt tilts his head to get a better look at these plush surroundings. Not just at the house, but also at what is surrounding the house, which is empty space. Lots of green, empty space. There does not seem to be any houses remotely close to this one, and that sense of open air is just beyond comforting. Hunt gets out of the car with his compact backpack and tucks the manila folder inside. Buscemi, the driver, sticks his hand out holding something and tells Hunt, here's my card if you ever need a ride. I'm always around. Hunt looks at the card, which is an index card with his phone number written down on it. Thanks. Hunt zeroes in on the name, written in sloppy cursive. Barry. Very nice to meet you, ha. Enjoy the vacation. Barry the driver smiles and honks as he drives away. Hunt looks up towards this immensely, impressively secluded, nice house. He takes a deep breath, closing his eyes, trying to get him into some other emotional state. He does this for several moments and opens his eyes, walking towards the house. There are 7 stages of the grieving process. Stage 1, shock. Patricia, looking exactly like she does in the Graham folder, not a day older, wearing thin blue-rimmed glasses, working back in the garden, digging up dirt to plant seeds. She can sense someone approaching, at which point she turns. Patricia looks up in shock. Graham? It's really you? Standing there holding Graham's backpack is Graham. Mom. Patricia runs to give Graham a big hug as tears roll down her face while Graham stands there trying to play it real, a little overwhelmed by the moment. Oh my God, I've missed you so much. Missed you too, Mom. What a wonderful surprise. Is everything all right at school? You didn't call, just showing up? Wanted to surprise you, Mom. Splendid. How long are you here for? All week. Oh, a week! Well, that's just wonderful, wonderful. Let's make the most of our time together, shall we? Patricia finally lets go, unleashing a massive smile. Are you hungry? There are 7 stages of the grieving process. Stage 2, denial. Graham is eating a sandwich at the dining room table, which is placed in the middle of a very spacious, immaculate room, while Patricia sits near him, smiling, rubbing his shoulder. She can't look at anything except for him. Once again, she's wearing the blue-rimmed glasses. She's always wearing the blue-rimmed glasses. Oh, Graham, I've missed you so much. So much. I've missed you too, Mom. Graham glances over to see a framed picture of Graham, Patricia, and Thomas, similar age as Patricia. Seems to be taken at the beach during the winter. Do you want more? I can make some mac and cheese, your favorite. No, this is great, Mom. Thank you. How is school? Tell me everything. Spare no details. It's great, Mom. Learning a lot. You making lots of friends? Yeah, lots of friends. Everyone is very nice. The teachers? They're smart? Very smart. Yes. How about the girls? Have you met any nice girls yet? Not yet, but you're still young. House looks great. Oh, it's a mess. Had I known you were coming, It looks great, Mom. It does. Patricia's smile expands even more. It feels like heaven with you here, Graham. Heaven. Patricia is now rubbing Graham's hand. Are you sure you don't want mac and cheese? It's your favorite. On second thought, I will do some... Graham? They both turn. Standing there is Thomas. Thomas's acting chops seem to be lacking compared to Hunt. He overdoes everything by at least 1, if not 2 levels. The term overacting applies well to Thomas. Graham! Is it truly you, son? Graham is a bit thrown by how big Thomas is going and responds by saying, yes, it's me. Thomas opens his arms wide, really overselling the moment. Son, I've missed you so much. Patricia becoming emotional as Graham slowly stands up to hug Thomas and say, Dad. They hug dramatically as Thomas becomes overly, almost comically emotional. I've missed you so much, son. Only in my wildest dreams did I believe we'd meet again. Oh, my boy. My sweet boy. Patricia watches, her eyes welling with tears as Graham tries to stay in tune with the over-the-top father and overly emotional father. He can't help but smile a little. This is going to be a real acting job, and emphasis on the job. But the money is good, he reminds himself, as the hug drags on and on. Patricia leads Graham into the bedroom, which, just like every other room, is spacious and immaculately clean. This whole house is spotless. You could eat off the floors. Patricia turns, anxious to lead Graham into his room. She is beaming. I left it just the way you did. Thanks, Mom. I'll let you get settled, and then maybe we could play a game afterward. That'd be great, Mom. Graham clearly knows the importance of ending every sentence with Mom. Patricia can't get enough. It's like catnip for her. So nice to have you back, Graham. Wonderful, really. Nice to be back. Mom? Patricia smiles and closes the door behind her. Standing where Graham was is Hunt. Hunt looks at his phone. No service. Hunt puts his bag onto the bed and then walks over towards the mirror, staring at the taped-up photos of Graham. There's a subtle knock at the door. Hunt walks over to open it. Standing there is Lou, same age and height as Thomas. Lou asks softly, "Hey, can we chat real quick?" Hunt nods and steps out of the way for Lou to step in. "Great work in the kitchen." "Thanks. You too. Lou, right? That's your real name?" "Yeah, Lou Mayo. Nice to meet you, kid." Lou extends his hand. Hunt sticks out his hand and says, "Hunt Porter." "Nice to meet you too. The real you." Hunt Porter. Good stage name. Feels stagey. Hunt is unsure if that was a compliment, but he thanks him anyway. Lou continues speaking while walking around the room. He's clearly not had a chance to check this room out yet. "Was I too big for the hug back there?" "Not at all." "You sure? I have a tendency to go too big sometimes." "I thought I played well. Patricia seemed to get emotional." "Oh yeah. Emotional women." "Emotional woman. For sure. More than most of my other grief gigs. She cries all the time. I mean, all the time." "How long you been on site?" "Got here yesterday." "How about this house? My God. Incredible. A lot better than playing some old fart in a nursing home, right? Or a dog." "Oh my God, the number of times I had to play a dog." "Kid, you wouldn't believe it. And I love dogs. I got 2 of them. 2 chows. But you can only imagine my old ass having to play fetch. Pfft, no. I had 1 foot out of the door before this job came through. Thank heavens I got this gig." Hunt is sympathetic and tells him, "I hear you. I really look forward to working with you. You've got a kind of David Harbour, Richard Dreyfuss vibe going." "Oh, thanks, Thomas. I better get back out there. She likes to play Scrabble after lunch." Lou starts to leave until... Hey, Lou?" "Yeah, buddy?" "Where's the real dad? I think after Graham died, he went off the edge, like skipped town, but nobody knows for sure." "What a scumbag, right? Ditching your family like that. It's awful. Worked out for us, right?" Hunt forces a smile off that twisted comment. "Hey, let's talk after we wrap. Maybe we can do a web series or something." "Sounds great. Oh, also, what's the Wi-Fi? I can't get any service on my phone." "I think they got kind of an Amish or Quaker thing going on, and if you want to make a phone call, you got to be out by the driveway to get reception." "Oh, cool, thanks." "See you out there, Hunt." Lou winks, smiles, and walks out. As Hunt turns, he looks around the room. All the things that once belonged to Graham. He studies each toy and picture carefully, soaking it all in, hoping it will add layers to the character he's trying to inhabit. He zeroes in on one photo. Graham and Patricia, sitting by the pond, smiling and holding hands. Patricia is placing her next word onto the Scrabble board. Thomas and Graham are sitting around the coffee table with her. Thomas leans in to squint at the word Patricia just put down. "Zymergy? What's that mean, hun?" "It's the process of brewing, Thomas. You know that." Thomas quickly tries to pretend he did know. "Oh, right. Yes. Zymergy." Graham tries to help by diverting attention. "Nice play, Mom. It's a lot of points." "Yeah, well played, darling," Thomas adds. Patricia takes Thomas with her right hand and Graham with her left hand. "I've missed this so much. My boys back together again." Thomas tries to seize on this emotional moment by adding, "There are no words for how happy I am right now. No words at all for how happy I am right now. Not a single word, not one word." Thomas keeps talking about how he can't find words, which seems a bit contradicting. Now he's trying to summon some tears, but he can't quite get there emotionally. It's becoming awkward as Patricia and Graham stare at him, waiting to cry. But he can't.
Instead, Thomas reaches for some nearby chips and guac. Patricia's smile slightly fades as she glares at Thomas. Hunt takes off his t-shirt and gets into bed, visibly exhausted and happy to get off his feet. Soft knock at the door. Hunt gets up to open it. Patricia is standing outside the door, holding a plate of cookies and a glass of milk. She speaks in a hushed tone, now wearing her somewhat revealing nightgown, which catches Graham off track.
Sorry, sweetheart. Just checking to make sure you feel okay. Do you need anything before bedtime?
Standing there now is Graham, who also speaks in a hushed tone. I'm great. Thanks, Mom.
I brought you some cookies and milk.
Oh, it's so late.
But you love cookies and milk before bedtime?
Graham's first character error. He kicks himself mentally, but then tells her, those do smell good, though. Thanks, Mom. Graham takes the cookies and milk.
I bought pancake mix for breakfast. Don't tell your father, or he'll eat it all. Tee-hee.
Great. Thanks, Mom.
Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Night, Mom. Patricia smiles and closes the door gently. Hunt is now standing there with cookies and milk. He smells the cookies and then places them down on the nightstand. He notices something about his door. There is no lock. There are 7 stages of the grieving process. Stage 3. Guilt. Hunt wakes up in Graham's big bed in the middle of his big bedroom and seems refreshed. It's been some time he had such a great night's rest. Hunt brushes his teeth inside his own personal bathroom, which is right next to his bedroom. He walks around while brushing his teeth to fully maximize his new sense of space. Actual, non-city space. The fact that he can walk this much is already doing wonders. Soft knock at his bedroom door. Graham peeks around the corner, toothbrush in mouth. Yes?
Good morning, sweetie. Did you want 1 or 2 pancakes?
1 is fine. Graham can see the shadow of her feet by his bedroom door.
1?
Graham remembers something and says, 2. I always have 2.
See you down there.
Thanks, Mom. The shadow goes away and then Hunt goes back to brushing his teeth. Graham is now eating pancakes at the dining room table as Patricia sits near him, smiling.
Oh, Graham, I've missed you so much.
Missed you too, Mom, but now I'm home.
Mother couldn't ask for a better son. She couldn't dream of one.
For the first time, just a hint of his performative excitement drops, perhaps feeling a bit redundant or alarmed at how repetitive Patricia is. Finally, Graham responds. A son couldn't ask for a better mother.
My sweet boy. My sweet, sweet boy. Oh!
Patricia runs over, grabs some orange juice, and pours a large glass for Graham.
Didn't forget about your OJ.
Great. Orange juice. Graham looks at the big glass of orange juice and can only see the horrifying levels of sugar. Patricia sits down, rubbing Graham's shoulder.
You're safe here, Graham. You can stay as long as you'd like. You know that, don't you? Nothing can hurt you when you're home.
The sound of a newspaper being flexed open nearby. Thomas, in robe and slippers, sits down reading. Gonna be a hot one today, people. Thomas sips his coffee loudly, smacking his lips together after he swallows. Hun, do you mind grabbing milk next time you're out? Patricia turns to look at Thomas. Her smile quickly fades.
But you always take your coffee black, Thomas.
There's something about the way she emphasized Thomas that filled the room with tension. Thomas momentarily freezes, realizing he screwed up his character. He tries to win back favor by telling her, That's right, just to have, for cookies, whatever. No rush, love you, hun. Thomas takes another sip, his lips smacking as he swallows. Graham watches this conversation become increasingly awkward.
Can you not smack your lips together after sipping, Thomas?
Sorry, Patty. Trish. Trish. Sorry, Trish. Graham cringes as he watched Thomas dig himself deeper and deeper into this pit. Patricia turns back towards Graham, and her demeanor quickly switches back to happy.
Would you like more pancakes, Graham?
I'm full, but thanks, Mom. Okay, sweetie, I have to go get the laundry. Be right back. Patricia smiles and walks out of the room. Thomas scoots over next to Graham, speaking in hushed tones as they revert back to Lou and Hunt. A mischievous smile comes over Lou as he tells Hunt, "We did it." Hunt is confused, asking, "Did what?" "Me and Patricia. Last night, we..." Lou makes a banging action with his hand. Hunt's eyes widen. He asks, "You had sex with Patricia?" Lou is waving his arms to illustrate how crazy it was. "Kid, it was wild." "Is that allowed?" "She initiated it. I was brushing my teeth in the guest room, and before I can spit, she walks in, asking me how she looks in her new nightgown. Like an angel, I says." Lou winks at Hunt. "What was I gonna do? Turn her down?" "It's for the character." "Talk about a perk." "Grief sex. Mamma mia." "Surprised I made it out alive." "Your mother is a wild woman, kid." All right. I'm gonna go take a crap. See you out there. Hunt, sitting at his desk, checks his phone. No service. Frustrated, he leans back and sighs. Hunt finally takes out his notebook from his backpack and plops it down on the desk. Hunt takes a swig from his coffee, opens the pad, and begins to write something down. One line at first. Stops. Contemplating. Day has become evening, and Hunt is still writing, now halfway through his notepad, page after page filled with notes and ideas. Hunt reaches over to sip his cup, puts it to his mouth, and feels that nothing is inside. When Hunt turns around, Graham responds with a startled, "Ah! You scared me." Patricia is sitting on his bed, quickly covering her mouth. "I'm sorry, son. I didn't mean to scare you. You just seem so focused." "It's okay, Mom. Didn't hear you come in." "What are you writing?" "Oh, this... It's a play." "A play? Oh, that's wonderful. Can I ask what it is about?" "Well, I think about adaptation." "Oh, that's wonderful, sweetheart. You always loved writing, but you never had time because you spent so much time on your studies." "Yes, it can be hard finding time for your passion." "We never have enough time, do we?" Patricia's smile is covered by her hands as she leans forward, sobbing. Graham goes over to sit next to her on the bed, gently rubbing her back, trying to console her. "It's okay, Mom. It's okay." "I'm sorry, sweetie. I've just been so emotional since you returned." "It's all right. It's good to get it out, all of your feelings." "Tell me more about your play." It's tough to describe." "Please try. I'd really love to hear more about it." Graham tries to explain it. He can feel the first merge of Hunt and Graham. Skins seem to be melting into each other. "You need to eliminate parts of yourself in order to grow." Patricia seems intrigued, asking him, "You do?" "I think so. It's how we get stronger." Patricia is so proud of her son in this moment. "Do you think I'm crazy, Mom?" "No, son. I believe true creation cannot be achieved without true destruction." Graham nods, although he was not expecting such a cutthroat, sophisticated answer from someone who, up until this moment, had essentially said only 3 things to him, none of which displayed any semblance of anarchy. He breaks the silence with his own question. "What was your passion, Mom?" "My family, of course." "Besides your family?" "Besides my family? Well, I used to paint." "I didn't know you painted, Mom." A breakthrough. Graham can feel it. This was clearly not in the notes. Even Patricia seems to let her guard down for a moment. She explains. "Yes, before I had you. I loved painting." "What did you paint, Mom?" "Oh, all sorts of things. Most people didn't understand what they meant, the paintings. But then I had you, and you became my ultimate creation. My work of art. All that painting stuff seemed so silly after I had you. Trying to create a world when the real one was so beautiful." "You should paint again, Mom. Never too late." Patricia stares at Graham for an uncomfortably long time. Until finally, "Fish sticks for dinner! One of your favorites!" Graham tries to hide the fact that their little emotional breakthrough has ended, and it's back to talking about what's for dinner. He finally says, "Yummy." Graham and Thomas are having a catch in the backyard. Neither of them seem particularly natural at such a simple activity. Especially Thomas, who seems to be running on fumes. After he catches it, he looks up at the house and asks, "She watching? Can you tell?" Graham looks at the house. All the windows seem black from this vantage point. "I can't tell. Maybe just another couple minutes. She liked it when we played catch. When they played catch." They continue to have catch in the large outdoor secluded green space as Thomas loses more and more energy. Graham cuts into his fish sticks with some trepidation. He doesn't seem to be handling this food well. Clearly the fish sticks are not a part of his regular diet. Patricia sees this, concerned. "Sweetheart, is everything okay?" "Yeah, Mom, I'm fine. Maybe too much sun." "Thomas, did you put sunscreen on Graham?" "He's a big boy. He can put on his own sunscreen, Trish."
"You are his father! A father must protect his child!"
Tension once again fills the air. Thomas is nervous. Very nervous. He can only apologize. Sorry, Patty."
"Say sorry to your child."
"I'm sorry, son." "It's okay, Dad. It's okay." Thomas and Graham were not expecting that. After a couple moments, the tension begins to deflate a bit and Patricia forces a new smile.
"Nothing turns an angry tummy happy quicker than good old-fashioned ice cream."
Once again, Graham has to seem excited for sugar and says, "Great!" From behind his door, we can hear Patricia,
Sweetie, are you okay?"
Graham responds with, "I'm fine, Mom."
"Open this door, please."
"I'm fine, Mom, I promise."
"Open this door!"
Graham opens his bathroom door. Patricia immediately checks his forehead temperate, looking into his eyes.
"Sweetheart, what is wrong? Tell me."
"It's just a stomach bug. Just a fluke thing. Don't worry, Mom."
"Graham, I am your mother. It is my job to worry. I'm calling Dr. Lennon."
Patricia walks out. "Mom, you don't have to do that."
"This is not a debate, young man. Tomorrow morning, first thing. I can't have my baby getting sick. There's so much for us to do while you're home."
Patricia kisses Graham on his cheek and then holds him for a moment.
"If I could take your illness, I would. You know that, right?"
"Yes, Mom." Patricia looks into his eyes for a moment.
"Good night, Graham."
"Good night, Mom." Patricia begins to walk out until...
"Should I leave the door open a little bit in case you need me?"
"No, I think I'll be fine."
"My big, strong man."
Patricia shuts his bedroom door as she walks out. Hunt, deflated, lies on Graham's bed. Graham, with his shirt off, sitting on the couch. He has a stethoscope being placed against his chest. Holding the stethoscope is Dr. Lennon, a sweet older man who places the stethoscope around parts of Graham's chest, listening. Watching is a nervous Patricia, trying to look nervous, Thomas. "You sound fine to me, young man." Dr. Lennon takes back the stethoscope.
"Oh, thank goodness. We were so worried. Graham never gets sick, as you know, Dr. Lennon."
"It's a little upset stomach is all. Nothing some fresh air and a Coca-Cola can't cure." Dr. Lennon gets up, gathering his things.
"Thank you so much for making the house call, Dr. Lennon."
"No trouble at all, Patricia. Glad to see Graham is well."
"Yes."
"Yes. We really appreciate it." Dr. Lennon looks at Thomas briefly and then looks away. "Hey, Graham, why don't you walk me out? We can catch up. I haven't seen you in some time."
"Yes, please walk out, Dr. Lennon, Graham."
Graham puts on his t-shirt and follows Dr. Lennon outside. "You must be with the Amends program?" Dr. Lennon turns to where Graham was standing, but he sees Hunt and responds with, "Yes, I am. I had a patient who used the Amends program when his wife died." "Oh, great." "No, not great. He said it ruined his life, fooling himself into thinking she was still alive again. He kept hiring women to pretend just over and over again, and it became an addiction, trying to recreate the past. It corrupts the soul." Hunt is offended, but tries to make peace by saying, "I'm sorry to hear that, but we help a lot of people." Dr. Lennon opens his back door to toss in his medical supplies before telling him, "The only guarantee in life is death. You're robbing people of a fundamental human experience. I think you all should be shut down. You know, when she called me last night and said that she was sick, not you, her dead son. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way." Dr. Lennon walks towards Hunt to emphasize his point. "If you have any decency, you would leave this place. Quit your job, go find a decent living, something honorable." Dr. Lennon gets into his car. Hunt follows him to his side. "It is honorable, what I'm doing. What's your name? Your real name?" "Hunt. You're not the first, you know." "First what?" Dr. Lennon drives away. As he goes down the seemingly endless driveway, Graham turns to see Patricia standing by the door. She calls out for him. "Graham? Is everything okay?" "Yep, fine. Mom,